Hello everyone, so today we're going to work on place value with multiple digits. But before we get into the lesson, I want to ask you guys a really important question. What is place value? What do you think place value is? Wow, we have a lot of hands, that's great. I'm going to pick on Lewis. How about you? So you say place value is the value of a number. That is, it's actually, you're right on track. You're right on track. But let's expand on that for a second. So I'm not saying that you're wrong, but let's just expand on that. So place value is the value of a digit based on where it is placed in a number. So for instance, if I have 352, okay, each digit in that number has a specific numerical value because it's placed in that particular place. So let's look at this with an example. So here's my number, 352, and I have multiple digits in this number. I have 3, I have 5, and I have 2. Remember, our digits are 0 through 9, right? So now we just want to look at our number for a minute. Okay, so each place in this number has its own specific numerical value, right? And because these digits are placed in that place or put in that place, okay, they take on that numerical value, they multiply times that numerical value. So to the farthest right of the number is the ones place. Let's look at that for a second. The ones place has a numerical value of times 1. Directly to the left of the ones place is the tens place. The tens place has a numerical value of times 10. Directly to the left of the tens place is the hundredths place. Hundredths place. The hundredths place has a numerical value of times 100. So there's our place values. Let's look at this with the digits included. So we know our place values, we have the ones, the tens, and the hundreds. Because the 2 is in the ones place, we have to look at it in terms of 2 times 1. Because the 5 is in the tens place, we have to look at it in terms of 5 times 10. And because the 3 is in the hundreds place, we have to look at it in terms of 3 times 100. Any digit placed in these positions, any digit placed in these places, you're going to be multiplying it times the numerical value of that place. So let's look at this a little bit more closely. As we move to the left in a number, you're going to multiply times 10. So the ones place is times 1. If you multiply 1 times 10, you're going to get the tens place. And if you multiply 10 times 10, you're going to get the hundreds place. So as we move to the left in a number, you multiply by 10. As you move to the right in a number, you divide by 10. We're moving down, okay, in quantity, moving down. Okay, so 100 divided by 10 is, that's correct, it's 10. And then 10 divided by 10 is what? 1. So this is how you get your place value. This is how you understand how much place value you're working with. Okay, so we did a really great job. We looked at place value, we looked at the digits in this number, and now we're going to actually do a couple of exercises, okay? So let's look at that really quickly. Okay, so here's our worksheet, and it says compare the values of each of the digits. Okay, so let's look at some 3-digit numbers here. How about number 6, 474? The question asks us, the 4 in the ones place is blank, the value of the 4 in the hundreds place. Remember, we just did the times 1, the times 10, the times 100. So they're asking us this. They're asking the 4 in the ones place is times what the value of the 4 in the hundreds place. So let's write this out and look at the place values and see what we can do. So 474. Okay, so we're looking at the number 474. And we're really looking at it, we're really looking at it like what? 4 times 100, so that's 400. 7 times 10, which is 70. And 4 times 1, which is 4. The question asks us to compare both the hundreds place and the ones place. It asks us how much bigger is the 400, is the 4, so this 4 right here, than the 4 in the ones place. So the 4 in the hundreds place compared with the 4 in the ones place. Well, that's easy because we wrote it out. We understand already how big the 4 in the hundreds place is in comparison with the 4 in the ones place, and it's 100 times bigger than the 4 in the ones place. Let's try another one. So we tried 6, let's try 8. 188. The 8 in the tens place is blank the value of the 8 in the ones place. So same concept, different place values. Let's look at this with the board. So we have 188. The question asks us to compare the tens place and the ones place. So we're actually looking at 1 times what? That's right, 1 times 100. 8 times what? 8 times 10, that's correct. And what? 8 times 1. So remember, the ones place has a numerical value of 1. The tens place has a numerical value of 10. And the hundreds place have a numerical value of 100. The question asks us to compare the tens place and the ones place. How big is the 1 in the tens place in comparison to the 8 in the ones place? So by looking at this, we already know that the 8 in the tens place is 10 times bigger than the 8 in the ones place. So this is really how you have to look at place value. When you're looking at these multi-digit numbers, the multi-digit numbers, you have to think about what the number actually represents. The digits in the number, what they actually represent. And the only way you can do that, class, is by understanding place value. So I'm going to do one quick review, and then I'm going to assign your homework, and then you guys are off. So what we did was we looked at place value. We said that place value was the value of a digit based on where it is placed in a number, and then we wrote out the multi-digit number, and we broke it down in terms of place value. We said that the ones place has a place value of 1 times 1. The tens place has a numerical place value of times 10. And the hundreds place have a numerical value of times 100. And we said that any digit placed in these places, you have to multiply that digit times the numerical value of that particular place. So 2 would be 2 times 1. 5, so the 2 is in the ones place, so it's times 1. The 5 is in the tens place, so it's going to be times 10. And the 3 is in the hundred place, so it's going to be times 100. That's what that number actually means. And then we said, as you move to the left in a number, you have to multiply times 10. As you move to the right in a number, did I say right or left last time? As you move to the right in a number, you have to divide by 10. Okay, so this is how we understand operations when we're looking at a number, multiplication and division, and how you can use it to understand place value. This is great, guys. So I'm going to assign your homework, and then you guys are off. So we did 6 and 9, I believe. And now I want you guys to do 11 and 13. So 11 is a 228, and the 13 is a 822. You guys did a great job. And that's it. Bye-bye.